uploaded a new video. Sourdough pancakes, anyone? Hey y'all, it's April and thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, if you have been following along with the sourdough starter, then you know I have talked about the discard. And with that discard, you can make certain foods with it. Actually, there's quite a bit of foods with it that you can make with the discard. But anyway, I think just to kick us off with a discard recipe, if you will, I think we will do pancakes. I've not fixed pancakes this week, and my youngest absolutely loves pancakes. So I think I'll go ahead and make some sourdough pancakes and surprise her. And that will also take up some of this discard, and we're not wasting it. So anyway, if that sounds interesting, and you want to watch and see how we do it, then and also I will link because it's now this recipe that I'm using or trying, it comes from Pinterest, and I think it's I Am Baker. It's what it looks like. It's her page. So anyway, I will link her Pinterest account or whatever, this recipe. I will link it in my description box below. That way you can go and visit her site and kind of show her some love too. So anyway, if that sounds good, then we'll go ahead and jump in, okay?
Just a reminder, to be eligible for the prize at the end of the month, you must be a subscriber.
Alright, we start out with 1/4 cup of butter, or 1/2 stick, or 4 tablespoons, however you want to look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to save that little bit to butter my griddle with. And we're going to melt it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. Alright, then it calls for 1 cup of room temperature milk. She said she likes whole milk. I like buttermilk, so I'm using buttermilk. Two eggs at room temperature. There's our butter. The butter needs to cool a little bit. So I'm going to put in my, make sure it's a cup. Yeah, it's a cup. Okay, I'm putting in 1 cup of milk. Like she said, room temperature. One way to know what kind of temperature you need your milk and eggs to be is based off of your butter. If your butter starts out cold, then your milk and eggs need to be cold. If your butter starts out warm or melted, then your eggs and butter need to be room temperature. I'm going to warm this up just slightly in the microwave because I did just pull this out. In the meantime, I have stuck my 2 eggs in hot water, and that will bring them up to room temperature. There's our milk, and it has warmed up. It calls for 1.5 cup of the sourdough. Now, if it's the discard, that's fine. If it is just your sourdough, then it needs to be fed first and had time to become active and bubbly before you use it. But since this is the discard and it's also been sitting out, I'm going to measure and see how much we got. I think we have about a cup and a half exactly. Alright, what do we have here? Well, we have a cup. We don't have a cup and a half. That'll be okay. If I think I need to add more flour to kind of make up the 1/2 cup of sourdough starter not being in here, then that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of wait toward the end and see what happens. So we're doing 1 cup, but should be 1.5 cups, but we're doing 1 cup of sourdough. Then the 2 eggs. 1. 2.
I always wash my hands after handling any eggs.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to my whisk. I'm going to pull out just a little bit of this because I want to temper this butter. I want to make sure I'm not scrambling my eggs. And it calls for 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So you can also use whole or wheat flour. I've already got my flour out. Let's just use it. So it calls for 1.5 cups of flour. I think since I don't have all the discard, I think I'm going to just do 2 cups of flour. Here's 1. Two. And honestly, I'm probably not doing my flour right. That's kind of the wrong way to do your flour. The best way to do your flour is to dump it, like take another cup and dump it, and then take your fork or whatever, I mean your knife or whatever, and level it off. I did not do it that way, but that's the way I'm doing it today. Alright. But you do want to sift. That's one of the key things to any kind of bread, dough, what have you. You want to sift. And I'm using my new stuff from Temu. Okay, now it calls for a teaspoon of each. A teaspoon of baking powder, teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt, and you know I'll use my pink Himalayan. Calls for a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I didn't see that, or I would have put that in there with the wet stuff. Prior to this, I turned my griddle on 350, and I've got it heating up ready for these pancakes. You can also add cinnamon. I think cinnamon's really good in your pancakes, but that is optional. And then my girls like for me to put chocolate chips on top of the pancakes. So I don't like chocolate chips on my pancakes. To me, it's just, I don't know, I guess a little too much. So I just make them some, and I'll show you here in a minute what I do. Let's see, that it's not working good, so let's switch back over to spatula.
Honestly, I knew here something wasn't quite right because your pancake batter should never flake off like this is flaking off. That's not what pancake batter looks like.
Now you do not want to overmix your pancake batter. Now she said that this will be kind of a wet batter, but where I put more flour because I didn't have enough sourdough starter, mine is a little bit thicker. So don't be confused if you go by her recipe and it's thinner than what mine looks like, but I had to do mine a little different. Alright, so let's go over to the griddle and we'll get these babies going. Okay, here we go. There's that butter I had left over, and this is kind of the first time I've ever done this. I'm actually using my griddle on top of my stove, so usually I put it on the countertop, but we'll see how this goes. I think it'd be just fine. So I usually just take a measuring cup and then dollop it out. I hope I didn't make a mistake by putting that extra half cup flour. Maybe I should have done 1/4 a cup. We'll see.
For one, I should have never used the extra flour, but for two, that particular flour brand, it soaks up a lot of liquid.
You can make pancakes as big or as little as you want. Do y'all know what silver dollar pancakes are? If you do, let me know. Leave it in the comment section below. Let me know if you know what silver dollar pancakes are. Now, what I do for my girls, I like the mini chocolate chips better, but I think I'm out of those. I just take some chocolate chips, and after I first put them down, then I just throw some chocolate chips on top. Then when I flip them over, then it kind of just melts in.
I was hoping the heat would kind of help spread that batter and the pancakes would be fine, but I was wrong.
You can freeze your pancakes if you have leftovers. They say it's better to flash freeze, which means that you lay it flat and then you kind of just get a quick freeze on it where it's just starting to freeze. Then you can transfer them into a Ziploc bag and put them back in the freezer and freeze them. And then you just warm them up in the microwave, or you can warm them up in your toaster oven just like you would pancakes from the frozen pancakes from Walmart or wherever. I had a little bit more batter left over, that's why I'm doing this many. Normally, how you know that your pancakes are ready to flip, it's not typically this thick, so I'm scared I've made a mistake. I probably should have put a 4th cup flour more instead of 1/2 cup, or maybe just not even at all, but it's been a while since I've made these. Plus, I thought I had enough sourdough starter. Anyway, I digress. How you can tell if your normal pancakes are ready to flip, they will be real bubbly on top, and then around the edge they kind of look a little bit brown, and you know that they're ready to flip over. With these, I'm going to have to guess because I do have them a little thick. I think I had it on 325. I'm going to turn it down to about 300. That way they're not cooking so fast that it's doughy. Yeah, I missed. We'll see though. I mean, they may be just fine, but right now they're ugly. I usually don't make pancakes this ugly. I usually make really pretty pancakes.
They look like a potato cake, if you know what a potato cake is.
These are so ugly, I may not even release this video because this is not my pancakes. If they're good, I'll release the video. If they're not good, then you won't even know because you won't even see this. Yeah, see the Lord April. Whew. I doubt I'll be releasing that. The chocolate chips don't do this. They usually soak inside. I probably won't be releasing this.
Needless to say, I was so mad at myself right here.
Ouch. Alright, we'll try this. Phew, I promise these are the ugliest pancakes I have ever made in my entire life. Ooh, that chocolate's wanting to try to burn. You know, I'm so ashamed of these. I don't even, I'm trying them before I even make what's left of that batter. So I think my mistake was too much flour. I overthought it because I didn't have enough sourdough starter. I overthought it, and here we are. But you want to watch something funny? Watch my dog. One of my couches. I need to fix it. Hey Google, broadcast to Ariana's room. Do you want some ugly pancakes? He knows what that means. You want some ugly pancakes?
I was so confused. What's ugly pancakes?
I don't know if they're in count or not. I think I messed them up, but... What do you know? She's coming down. They're okay. They don't make me want to throw up or anything. But they are not my best pancakes ever. By any stretch of the imagination. These are the worst pancakes I've ever made in my life. So, if you're seeing this, I put it out there. If not, then it doesn't matter. I don't even know if I want to... What do you think, Ariana? Ariana liked them. But are they my worst ever? Thought so too. If you have enough sourdough starter, and if you don't add the extra flour like I did, I should have known that much was way too much. I should have went with my first instinct to just make it, and then if I thought it needed more flour, then add a little bit, but I didn't. Live and learn, I guess. So anyway, hopefully you've learned from my mistake, and if you want to subscribe to this channel, I'm not typically this bad. So you can hit subscribe. And so go ahead and ring the notification bells. That way you'll know whenever I've uploaded a new video. And I can't talk. And hit the like. You probably don't like it, but give me a like just out of pity. But I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.